Josh, what do you say?
Well, it's a toasty number, Andrew, but I think this PPI index is pretty volatile. I don't think you can read too much into this. One thing I noticed that we haven't mentioned yet is that the services component is actually up more strongly than the goods component. And if you're thinking it could be about tariffs, but you'd expect to see more in goods. So I think it generally reflects possibly somewhat hotter demand than we had thought. It may slightly temper what the Fed would be thinking for the September meeting, but not by too much. And I also would want to underscore what you were discussing before, which is that the Fed should not be responding to price changes that would be driven by tariffs. I'm not seeing, I mean, for the CPI, you had to squint real hard to see evidence of tariffs in there. On this PPI as well, you know, I think we gotta digest the numbers. I'm not seeing it yet. So in any case, I think it's a volatile index. I think we're gonna have to wait and see what comes out with the PCE and the jobs numbers in early September, of course.
Well, here's the other question, Josh. Do you think that all of a sudden these numbers come this September are going to be politicized?
Well, I think people may be discussing that. But it remains to be seen, you know, what's going to happen there with the BLS. I don't think we're entering a new era of politicized economic statistics. I think that including the current nominee, E.J. Antony, you know, I don't think the issue with him, in my opinion, is that he would politicize the numbers. In fact, he's criticized the BLS on very valid grounds. And Secretary Besson was right when he said we can expect better from our statistical agencies. What I do think about E.J. Antony is that some of his statistical analyses are not of the highest quality. I'd like to see somebody really high quality in that job, like maybe somebody from Silicon Valley, where I'm from here.